Hi, today let's talk about starting your crochet project. Everything has to start somewhere, and with crochet, it's the foundation chain that starts. So we want to talk today. I've got a swatch of single crochet, and we're going to talk about the part where we start, the foundation chain, how we turn to get to the next row, and then how we stitch row to row across. I'm going to show you how we start. Crochet has always worked from right to left if you're right-handed, left to right if you're left-handed. You're always pushing the next spot for a stitch toward your dominant hand. And that's something to remember if you happen to be ambidextrous and try it both ways. But the way to get to the right-hand side of my work so I can start doing my first row of crochet stitches into the row below is I have to get there somehow. So I'm going to start with a foundation chain. Make a simple slip knot, put it on the hook. This loop is not going to count. Now we're going to make a chain. Yarn over, pull the loop through. That's your first chain. Yarn over, pull the loop through. Yarn over, pull the loop through. Each time you do that, you're making a chain, and as you go across, the one on the hook never counts. That becomes important when we get to the turning chain. So I'm going to make as many chains as I think we need for this row, which won't be very many because you don't want to sit and watch me that long. Okay, I declare my chain done. I'm to the end of my first row. It's now time to turn the work. Because crochet is always worked down into the stitch below. So I need space to get up to the top of that next row. For a single crochet, one chain is plenty. It's called the turning chain. And now I'm going to start my first real stitch, which is done into the second loop from what's on the hook. So I count 2 loops, put my hook through that hole, pull up a yarn loop, yarn over the hook, pull through both. That's my first single crochet stitch made. We're going to do that again. Through the hole, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both. Through the hole, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both. I'm going to go to the end of the row and stop and show you what that looks like, because what it looks like going into the foundation chain is slightly different from what it will look like going into a row of real crochet. Here we go. Keep doing the single crochets all the way across. If you missed a piece of the foundation chain, you could just pull the stitch out, go back and fix it and come back again. It's the nice thing about crochet, you can rip it out really easily, but remember to put that stopper on if you don't want to rip it out really easily. That's annoying. Okay, I'm almost to the end of this row, and I have made my last single crochet into the first foundation chain loop. And I'm going to turn again. Now, for purposes of clarity, I'm going to use a different color in the next row just so you can see how it goes. So I have 1 loop of the old color on my hook. That's where I ended. I'm going to pick up another color to make the turning chain. So I pull it through as a chain. Now I'm ready to make my first stitch, first single crochet into that last single crochet of the previous row. I'm going to pull both sides a little bit to tighten it up because otherwise it's not quite the way it should be. All right, so here when we're going through a row of single crochet, we're actually going under those top 2 bars of the stitch below. And again, put the hook through, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both loops on the hook. Put the hook through, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. And you're always going to end up with 1 loop on the hook. And again, we'll go to the end of the row. And then we'll pause for a moment and take a look at how this red row going into the white row looks a little bit different from the white row that went into the foundation chain. It's just kind of a curiosity. It's not terribly important, but it's nice to know what the stitches look like as you make them. All right, so here we have the red going into the white, and I can do a 3rd row with another color. So again, I have a loop of the old color on the hook. I pick up a new color, make my turning chain with the new color, and start single crochet into that last single crochet on the previous row. Now if I were purposely doing this to stripe the fabric, I would cut the yarn of the old color as I went, and I would actually tie a square knot at this point so it just wouldn't pull out and get loosen up as I work with it. But since this is for demonstration only, I'm not going to do that because I intend to reuse this yarn because I'm going to rip it all out. All right, when you've done enough and you're ready to walk away, remember to put that stopper in your work so it doesn't come apart on you. And do remember that if you make a mistake, skip something, it's very easy to pull back to the spot you missed and do it again. Now, this is again what this looks like at the end. And I want to just let you know that single crochet, although it's very easy, it's the most basic stitch, it also takes a really long time. It takes about 4 rows to get an inch. So if you're going to make it all one color, you're in for perhaps screaming boredom, which is probably the main reason I put a lot of color into blankets I make, because I do use a lot of single crochet. It's easy, you can almost do it by touch after a while. So you can pay attention to the kids, the pets, crochet at the same time, watch TV, whatever. And it is very versatile. It makes a nice, flexible, soft fabric. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for listening. Bye.